Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. I'm Will Richardson, and I'll be leading you through this morass of travel information. But to aid me is Artur Górniewski, who is a well-known tour guide in this here part of the world, and not only in Poland, but other places too. Artur, welcome to the show.
Hello.
We've done this outside too.
Yes, we've done lots of episodes outside. I am very grateful.
I'm grateful.
Well, we did it.
I am more grateful than you.
Oh, come on. It's like, it's a big pleasure of mine to talk about the history of Poland and in other countries as well. Yeah. And to talk about that history with you is even nicer.
So well, that's really, I'm glad to hear that. That makes it all worthwhile somehow. You're a tour guide. I met you, somebody introduced me to you. I can't remember who it was, but you had a partner at the time or something. I think I knew him first. And he said, oh, there's this other guy, Artur. Mm-hmm. This is several years ago. And I think it was in the first few months of doing this show. So that's been 4 years. Can you believe it?
Well, last 4 years in general for tourist business weren't the finest due to the COVID times that we tend to forget.
And then a war.
And then the war, which also we met at the border at the reception point. But now tourist season turns out to be really amazing. All the tour guides busy all the time. And we are traveling, we are sightseeing places.
Yeah, but you started off just, being a tour guide around Warsaw and then other places. How do you get to be a tour guide?
Yes, that's how it started. So when I was a very young kid, I lived in here with my mom.
You're still a very young kid.
Okay, so this is when I was roughly 6 years old.
Oh, that's a little younger. Okay.
And then we lived in the city center in the area of the previous ghetto, of the Jewish ghetto of Warsaw. Mm-hmm. And there is a hill. And I asked my mom, so what's this hill about? There are no hills in Warsaw. And now there is a hill right where we need it. My mom replied, the hill is made of the ruins of territory of the Jewish ghetto. And then I asked my mom, so what was the Jewish ghetto? Well, that was a place where one people closed another people, so to kill them eventually. And then I started to dig in this knowledge and develop my passion. And then I am glad to and honored, first of all, to present this very difficult part of human history, which occurred in a place where I first fell off my bicycle, all my first life experiences were taking place on the hill. Mm-hmm. And now it's a very important history place.
Where's the hill?
Next to Krochmalna Street. I lived in this big 15 floors gray buildings in the city center that were constructed after World War II. Warsawians needed residential housing so much, and there are very little tiny apartments, and lots of people lived over there. And the idea of this communist development of Poland after World War II was to make a lot of space between the buildings. So the city center is not that much crowded with the buildings like as it was in industrial 17th, 18th century eras, but these buildings are much spread apart, and between these buildings there are such playgrounds. Mm-hmm. And on these playgrounds they made hills out of the ruins and then covered it with concrete and then grass, so that it's a part of urban planning of Warsaw after World War II.
Right, and there are other places with very large hills made from debris, sort of to the west.
Yes, we must remember, if you wanted to take all the rubble from Warsaw after World War II, you will need one lorry driving away from Warsaw every 1 minute for 22 years.
Wow. That is, that's a mind-boggling statistic. But how did you become a tour guide? From that inspiration to find out, to be curious and to explain to other people, was that it?
Well, at first there was my friend my high school friend, who told me, hey, why don't you become a tour guide? I was just after 7 years working in finances. I knew that I'm done in this area, and then I was just waiting for something new to pop up in my life. And then this sequence of coincidences brought me to the most beautiful journey of my life that lasts already for 10 years.
Wow.
It's been amazing.
10 years. Okay, we'll come back. We'll talk some more about your adventures in the travel guide business with Artur Górniewski. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night.